Hi, Russ Douglas 222 here. This is at the end of the night, end of my little session in the barns. I'll use this as the intro for the video. So popped out tonight. I couldn't have done this in the last few weeks because my back wasn't good enough for it, but fingers crossed it's lasted okay tonight. So I popped out to the barns, had a little rat stakeout. Well, stakeout, I opened the first barn and counted 3 or 4. I think I shot them all. Anyway, so now that I've successfully done that, the farmer will be well chuffed. And I can download the camera in the morning and finish this month's Airgun World article for May. And what I will do as well is, this is my first rat footage since last winter, when I shot a whole bunch, I think about 72 I think, over a campaign of 14 visits to these barns. Those were the first few YouTube videos I put online, the first 6. And there was no introduction, there was no voice, well, there was the early ones, there wasn't even any voiceover. It was the same FX Wildcat I was shooting most of the time, but it was a Yukon Photon RT. I was doing the shooting with the night vision scope, my Pulsar Quantum XQ30V spotter, and that was bought from Scott Country International, hooked up to a Yukon MPR recorder. The Yukon MPR I'm still using, and the spotter, so still a cool combination. I'd like something smaller eventually, but still does the trick. But tonight's rifle scope was the PARD008LRF. Spot on. There's not a lot of shooting because there weren't a lot of rats, and I've patiently sat here for over an hour waiting for more to appear. What I'm going to do soon is I'm going to compile last year's 6 shortish rat videos filmed with the Photon RT, the Yukon MPR recording the thermal. I'm going to compile them all into one video. I'll stick that on my channel just for a comparison, because it was filmed in the same barn but with a very different rifle scope. Top stuff, these PARD008LRFs. And although I know the ranges within the barn, because it hasn't changed obviously, I ranged each shot just so that you can see where they were taken from and what the distance was. I left a couple of rats inside the barn for the farmer to find in the morning to dispose of, one of which I didn't actually shoot, one of which was rock solid, dead as a doornail, and had obviously been dead for some time, so perhaps it was one that actually succumbed to the poison, because most of the time I've seen the rats completely avoid the poison, so hence me being here. So I stepped inside the barn, spotted a rat immediately on the right behind the seed sacks, but I thought I'd better have a quick scan around. I'd also seen one appearing and disappearing, glimpsed it beneath some pallets that the seed sacks are sitting on. And then way over there in the corner by the grain, the glow turned out to be not a rat but an air dryer pumping warm air through the grain. So here we have the black and white full HD view through the PARD008LRF. It was on 6.5 mag, popped up to 13. I thought, nah, I don't need the 13 mag. And then I ranged it so you guys know where it is. 12 meters. The FX Wildcat is currently zeroed at 30 meters. And exit 1 rat. Thanks for watching, please. Yeah, the background hum is the warm air dryer. It's drying out the grain. And I've scanned around the seed sacks, have a quick look around at the barn, and then over on the north side there's a rat against the wall, then the air dryer, and there's another rat poking out at the far wall. Back behind the rifle onto the PARD. Look at not 1 but 2 rats moving along the top of the wall. Ranged it 28 meters, so near as damn it, cock on 0. Waited for them to present themselves. Oh, and then there's one lower down. So line up on that. It's a solid shot. If you see the thrashing and also the classic helicopter tail as it's known, if you've seen any other videos, popular channels like Wolverine Vermin Hunting and Air Rifle Pest Control, you'll be familiar with the disinhibition as the rat expires from a headshot. It's perfectly normal.
So I scanned along the top of the wall where I had seen one or two running back and forth. Scan back past the combine blade. Oh, there's a small one there. So I adjust my position slightly and get myself stable. I'm standing leaning against a concrete barrier at this point. So back onto the thermal, scanning around. That's the one I just shot. And then, oh, and there's his buddy. He keeps appearing and disappearing along the top of the wall. There's a false positive, it's an electrical socket. And another false positive on top of the grain, that's the hot air dryer. Oh, and there's another rat, but that one disappeared. But then the north side of the barn, a second rat was appearing from the end of this concrete. Here I turn up the IR on the PARD and you get a little bit of interference, which you can't, you don't detect while you're shooting, but it's because the battery's down to 1 bar. I briefly glimpsed this small rat on the left hand side coming out of a crevice beside a steel channel. I've left this in the recording. I couldn't shoot it because it disappeared, but I've left it in the recording to show the farmer. Scanning around the grain. Don't forget all this is recorded in pitch darkness. Here's the rat I shot earlier. Ah. And then a second one reappears on that far side. Quite a bit smaller, this one. Up to 13 mag. And I thought I'd missed that one, but nope, I got it.
Thanks for watching. Please share and subscribe. Back soon with more footage. Cheers. When I upload the Photon RT compilation from last winter, I hope you find the comparison interesting. The Photon RT, sadly, definitely not HD.